Okay, and then, third thing, engineers that are doing the, ESU over here on 3rd Street, they contacted me. They're going to have to put in some handicap ramps along the south side of the building on the 3 doors that are exits on that building. And so it's only gonna leave about a little over 2 foot between the ramp and the curb. So they're asking if the city would approve letting them move the curb out another 3 foot to the south.
Have they discussed any other options that have been considered with that?
So I'm just bringing up what they're the ones that talked about, what they want.
This is the engineers.
These are the engineers that brought this up.
And I looked at it with Dean, and of course we give up diagonal parking for parallel parking.
Now, they called me later this afternoon and they don't want to give up the diagonal. They would like to keep their civil engineer says there's still enough room there to go ahead and park.
You know, I just wouldn't support that because there's a lot of truck traffic coming through there.
And I told this Steve, they said it's not only that it's crowded, there's a lot of traffic going up and down the street, but in the wintertime, when we windrow snow and stuff, there's not gonna be enough room for our without.
And that's why I'm just asking if they've explored all options, and because that parking space is used, and there are days, there's something at the Legion, there's something at the ESU, and now our conference room will hold 100 people. And I know that there is parking space behind the Legion, but it doesn't always get utilized. It's hard to find a parking space, so if we take out all those, I don't know.
You know, and
That's my concern, that
You
they've looked at every other option.
There's 8 parking spots there, and we'd probably lose at least 4 of them if you went with parallel.
I told Dean, you know, right across the street from there is a building that would make a great parking lot.
Yeah, well, we looked at that, Ted, and you know how much it's gonna cost to tear that down with asbestos in it? Like, I think it was like $30,000.
Did they give that to us?
The asbestos is the big hindrance there, because we looked at purchasing.
Yeah, they could tear that out personally.
But what I need right now, the parking, you know, I agree with Ted and stuff, but as for tonight, we just need to know if we wanna give them permission to move the curb out too. So they can go ahead and get their plan to draw it out.
How can they move the curb out without the parking, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we're having a disagreement there. They're saying there's still room to do it diagonally, and I'm saying no, that they need to go parallel.
How far are they gonna move the curb?
3 foot. Yeah.
You know, and my thought is there's a lot of ladies work at service unit and none of them know how to parallel park.
I didn't want to bring that up.
Don't go there, Ted.
Count to 100. I was gonna say we get a lot of school vehicles like vans coming to our conferences.
Yeah. And that's what I said, because this guy said, well, your car, if you got a car there, you still got so many feet. And I says, yeah, but there's a lot of people park pickups there, and it's another 2 foot shorter or 3.5 foot.
Why
shorter.
can't they alcove their entrances and put the ramp in?
Inside? Yeah.
That's what I would suggest. I don't think we need to move the curb
Okay.
on it.
I think
that's
that
why I brought
probably
it up
the
today.
problem is, and you're right, Dale, that's a good solution, but, the one,
Cause all
that
they
was
have,
Behringer's and First and Oz is going to become our conference room. So those are exit only doors, they're not entrance doors, and so.
but if you're only gonna move the curb 3 feet, then you only need to alcove 3 feet back into the building.
I thought they're losing a lot of parking spaces
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, now,
Well, it seems to me that we should investigate having public parking across the street, because ESU is a big business for
Yeah.
the town, and we need to encourage those people to stay here.
Yes, I agree there. We talked about that this afternoon too, didn't I? There's a lot of people work there.
And actually, a lot of people have said to us, you know, move to Norfolk, or build one flat building, and we have maintained the commitment to downtown Neligh and Main Street. we're needed here by the community.
And so
In
he
fact,
would-
we're going through our accreditation process right now. Our team's been here all weekend. That was one thing that we said to them, is that
You
we need to
consider
be
the
here.
city
The
parking lot,
city
Jim?
needs us.
Well, sure. The city would own that, they could remove the asbestos themselves, because, if you own the building, you can remove it yourself. I'm not sure you want your employees to do that, but I think that
We've
there's
done it.
options that we can do to get some parking for these people.
And then you're saying go ahead and let them move the curb out though, and?
No.
No, not at all.
No, make it,
Future.
so they still gotta do something as an alternative to their ramps.
Right, yeah,
But that'd be my suggestion to them, that they alcove it 3 foot.
yeah, well, it'd have to be
Well,
more
it'd
than
be
3
more
foot.
than that, yeah.
But, and that's, yeah, it's just having you looked at every other option before we go to look at the option to take away all that parking, is my feedback there, you know.
Well, there's gonna be quite a little expense,
Yeah.
moving the curb.
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that money could go towards
Yeah.
something.
They would have to do the cost, pay for it, have done, yes. So, what I'll do is I'll just say that we decided we don't want the curb moved, we wanna look at different options and let them, their engineers come up with something
Maybe,
more.
maybe we could co-op the cost of
Well,
parking.
if they had extra parking, then parallel parking would be a bad option.
Right, right,
What do they want for that building?
or no parking at all.
I don't know, I remember, I think I remember that the number of like 30,000 just for this festival.
That's what I remember.
In the wintertime, that street is a tough one for us, like cleaning it up and stuff after snow. Even with vehicles parked the way they are now, it's so tight, you know, getting the trucks in there and loaders and.
Well, if you put in parking across the street, you could almost eliminate 4, if it's only gonna be 4 parking spaces,
On one side.
just eliminate them on that side of the street.
Yeah.
So how much of that building is the $30,000 worth of expense, the whole thing? Or just that tall?
No, it's too little, the short, the old lawn care center. Greg, do you know about that?
We'd have to just get a hold of somebody and inspector, have them go in
Yeah.
and see what it was.
But, I mean, is it still for sale?
No. And the price tag was 40,000 on it, and it was for sale,
Building?
the building.
Well, do we own this house across the street?
So you're saying he wouldn't sell it at all?
There's been people that approached him since he took it off the market.
Oh.
Well, Mike just mentioned the house we own here.
Yeah, empty parking space there too.
Well, there's parking behind the Legion. I mean, I don't think, unless there's the mobile food pantry and 3 conferences going on in the ESU, which we had just last month, one day, all of those things going on at the same time, but, you know, I mean, there's parking behind the Legion, there is. I can't see that, we try to encourage it, but it doesn't always get used. But I would really, before we take out those spaces and alter how all the other blocks of Main Street look, I think we should really ask.
The engineers to do some looking into something different.
That's my suggestion, or just, yeah, have you tried every other option? What other options are there?
Okay, that's what I'll do, I'll call him tomorrow and talk to him. Yep, that's all right. with
Maybe we'll
everybody, that's
table
all
that,
good.
how's that? That'd be legitimate.
Any other questions for me?
Yep, I was wondering if we could have the folks with their barricades by Morrison's building, take them down when they're not working. 'Cause I went by there quite a few times, there's nobody around and they still have it all barricaded off, so.
They're working in there, and there's a guy brings them in the morning, and the guys are in there all day.
So they're not using those parking places then.
Well, they've had equipment out there.
Yeah, but I haven't seen